Dia De Los Muertos. So I grew up in Southern California in a town that big time celebrated Dia De Los Muertos. I'm not Mexican, but my oldest daughter's father is from Guadalajara, so I've done my... There's a dog, okay? So just ignore it.
It'll get
to
better.
Sleep.
Yeah. Last episode she did it for like 5 minutes and then didn't make a peep the rest of the time, so.
Yeah. My oldest daughter's father is from Guadalajara, so I've done my best raising her to feel connected to her roots. I moved to the Midwest years ago to finish a PhD, where I married a white guy, and we have a little daughter together. Squeak. I always put out ofrendas for my Irish Nana and my German grandmother, because growing up in a Mexican community taught me the value in such practice. And I like to keep my oldest kid connected to where she was born and her culture. Last year, my father's husband died unexpectedly from late-onset muscular dystrophy. Dystrophy? Mm-hmm. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Muscular dystrophy. My husband has really struggled with this loss over the past year. His father, Randy, was a wonderful man. Salt-of-the-earth railroad worker on the Sioux Line. I only knew him for 4 years, but I loved him deeply. When he died, my husband changed. We're both professors, my husband and I, and his dedication to work slipped. He drinks a lot more, and he's often up late watching football with his father's ashes nearby. He cries out of the blue. Randy is such an important part of what motivated him to be a good father, husband, and scholar. He was the kind of blue-collar, social justice warrior baby boomer that's hard to find. So this year, I asked my husband if I could put out an ofrenda for Randy. I gathered photos and his Sioux Line hat, his ashes, and a cold summer sausage and PBR. I placed all of this next to my Nana's ofrenda on a built-in bookcase in our front living room yesterday. I lit candles, no big deal. The kids were trick-or-treating and had friends over, and there was fun chaos all around the house. The candles glowed and the ofrendas... The candles glowed and the ofrendas were background reminders of the family we miss, nothing noteworthy. Just like all the years before, my daughter said hello to her Nana and my grandmother, and this year Randy, and we went about our holiday as usual. But after the kids went to bed and my husband came home from a get-together with colleagues, we had a stern disagreement about his drinking. I was upset that he continues to rely on alcohol to help him cope with his grief. He was apologetic and kind, but still very much in denial. He huffed off to bed, drunk and discouraged. I stayed downstairs to turn out the lights and blow out the candles. I went to the ofrendas and stopped, as I do every year, and had a long talk with my Nana. We were very good friends in life, and I miss her a ton, even though she died 16 years ago now. I took care of her while she was dying, and the night she passed was very overwhelming. It's a long story. Most people, save my father who was there with me, believe. But when she died, she came to my front door and knocked on it loudly to tell us she was going. It was incredible, and my father and I, who are atheists, it shook us into agreeing that there's something more to living and dying than we know. So there I was at 3:19 a.m. talking to my Nana like she was in the room. I was sober except for a glass of rosé I drank for my grandmother, and I was listening to Ah, the Sweet Mystery of Life on my phone, one of my Nana's favorite Irish operettas. I was just chilling in the fields about my Nana, not thinking about Randy at all, really, when suddenly his photo shot or pushed forward with such a force, flinging salami and beer out of the shelf. His hat flew from the shelf and beer went everywhere. I was stunned. I couldn't move for a moment. I just stood there shaking, trying to figure out how the hell this mess happened. Nothing of my Nana's, no coffee or toast or photo was disturbed. My grandmother's ofrenda was untouched as well. No windows were open, nothing had shifted or fallen, except every single item associated with Randy. I was crying suddenly, picking up salami and beer and laughing. Okay, I will go get your son, I said out loud. I ran upstairs, almost giddy, and woke my husband. I didn't tell him what had just happened, but insisted like a crazy person that he had to go downstairs and talk to his father. He did. I left him downstairs and tucked in. Today he told me that he talked to his father until sunup, that he, the most atheist of all atheists, felt his father was there with him, listening to him, loving him, and helping him with his grief. My white-as-hell husband, who was always very cynical about my ideas on the death and the living and things like ofrendas, thanked me for calling Randy home to us. And then he said, next year, we're going to grill him a steak.
Oh, that's so
Isn't that so nice?
That's so sweet and so wholesome and probably exactly like what he needed to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been waiting to get all of that off of his chest, and he finally had that outlet to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like very clearly weighing so heavily on him, drowning in his grief. And so having that little moment to tell his dad everything that he wanted to tell him.
Oh, that makes my heart so sad and happy, but I love that the dad was like so forceful about how he got her attention. He literally was like, go get him, like pushed everything. Is he? Yeah, I want to speak to him. And he probably was sitting there. He in his little ghost form, his son gets home and they start fighting, and dad like goes to the corner. He's like, I'm gonna let you guys sort this out. I'll be here whenever it's done. Mm-hmm. He was kind of waiting, trying to see if maybe his son would come talk to him, and then his son just like went to bed. And so then he took it upon himself to tell the wife, hey, get my son. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's probably sitting there like watching her talk to her dad, and she was like, I want to talk to somebody.
Yeah. I'm here all by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get him. Oh. Yeah, I love that they put out salami and PBR.
Yeah. I honestly don't really know a whole lot about Dia De Los Muertos. Like, I know that you put out offerings. I know that doesn't it go on for like multiple days?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a span of, I want to say October 29th to November 2nd.
Okay, yeah, that I thought it was like a good amount of days, and there's like different nights for different things, right?
Yeah.
Like different people or different things come on different nights.
Yeah, there's like loved ones that come back, pets can come back. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Where people leave out, like a collar and their favorite treats or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like definitely, I think it's a very sweet tradition to remember.
It's super wholesome.
Yeah.
To pay respects and put out offerings to the people that you love that died, so that like that one night or that like one span of time a year where the veil is the thinnest, they can come back and experience the human things for one night a year. Can you imagine that? One night every year you get to come say hi to the people that you love, and it's only for like this short amount of time, and you only get to have your cold salami and your PBR one night a year.
Go back and all right, I'm here for this year, tell me what I missed. Eating my salami, sipping my PBR. Okay, I'll see you next year.
Could you imagine if you were sitting there and you just saw like the can like moving up and down, like it was like, I shouldn't do that motion on camera.
That's like a big one. Wow.
Drinking your beer.
Yeah.
Eating your
sausage.
Eating your steak and like drinking your beer, but you're like the human person is sitting next to it and just seeing the floating fork and the floating glass or the floating can.
Wild. I'd get so spooked.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But like, if you know who it is,
loved one, exactly. You're more inclined to be like content with what's going on and feel safe about what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to have one night a year where the people that I love that have passed like can come back and talk to me. That would be so sick. But I don't. Celebrate it. So
I don't either. I do really like that this mom is like, she's like, this is a culture that I grew up in, and it's a culture that my daughter is a part of. So I want to make sure she's connected to that.
Yeah, even though I'm not. And I like how she kept saying white as hell, but then was like, my Irish and my German.
Right. I'm like, my husband is so, like, what kind of white is he if, like, you're Irish and German are, like, so white?
Yeah, I feel like those are, like, the two whitest places you can be from.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in the States anyway, Irish wasn't always white. So, it's like Italians. Italians weren't always white.
You're so right.
So,
I'm so bad
Spicy
at history.
whites. Yeah. Yeah.
If you enjoyed that little story, be sure to watch the full episode here.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazzy.
Jazzy? I see what you did there. Wait, what was that?